What's up, witches? This is Nine Pyramid, and today I want to talk about 6 crystals to enhance your feminine energy. So why do we need to enhance our feminine energy? It could be when we want to work with the goddess energy. It could be when we want to be restored from a day of work where we had to be very active and where we had to be more in the masculine energy. And nowadays we live in societies where the values that are installed the most are mostly masculine values: being productive, achieving things, being career oriented, which is great sometimes, but if we want to balance it, we need to restore our feminine side sometimes. So basically, this video comes from me reading the book Intimate Communion by David Deida, and I'm going to talk about this book later on when I'll be done with it. It talks about the masculine and feminine energy and how things are influenced by them in our everyday lives, including our own masculine and feminine sides. So I'm going to start to talk about the crystals. And the first one I want to talk about, and before I do that, I want to mention that my crystal knowledge comes mostly from my crystal teacher, Krista. I took many classes with her, and I have her books. So basically my interpretations of what I feel from the crystals and how I work with them comes from her mostly. So let's start talking about Larimar. I have a bracelet here. Larimar is this gorgeous bright blue color, which reminds us of some magical society like Atlantis. And just if you look at it, it's this very gentle blue that's just calming you even to look at it. That's how I feel it. It's nurturing. You could work with Larimar for intuition. You can also think of Atlantis, the sea, dolphins. It's very gentle in its nature. Now, let's talk about Pink Opal. And this one is from Peru. Different ones. So, Pink Opal. It's this joyful energy. It's also soothing and calming if you look at it. It brings some positive vibes, optimism. It's also good for healing emotions and calming down. Next one, probably a quite well-known one to all the witches, right? Let me pick another one so you can guess it right away. Moonstone. This one is a polished one. And this one is Peach Moonstone. This is also a polished one. And I have the raw version. So Moonstone is obviously about intuition, the moon goddess, divine feminine, guidance, being receptive to different energies, being intuitive. It can also be used to protect you while you sleep from negative energies. The next one I want to talk about, it's becoming quite rare and very expensive. So if you look here, there's some light blue. It's Ajoite. I have another version here. This is a mix of Ajoite. There's some epidote also, but I want to talk about Ajoite. So this is the blue part in this crystal. It's a high vibration crystal. It's good for divine guidance, psychic abilities, and receptivities. Meanwhile, Moldavite pushes you to achieve things, pushes you out of your bubble. Ajoite is like the opposite of Moldavite in terms of that it's also a very high energy, but it's more receptive and it's more like bringing you the things you need in life, manifesting it without going after them. The next one, Selenite. So Selenite comes like in Selenite ones, there's a bunch of different things made of selenites, like candle holders. I have a selenite heart here. So selenite is also a very high energy. It's good for divine guidance. It's good for dissolving some energy blocks. You can basically use it to clean your aura, to clean money, to clear other crystals. This is a crystal that usually does not require clearing, although it should be charged from time to time, like under the moonlight. So selenite can actually dissolve in water, so do not put it in water. I already did like 5 years ago, and then I had like a polished piece like that, and like the polish disappeared and I could see the different strands. So now I'm never gonna put it back in water. Selenite, the name, comes after the Greek goddess Selene, which is the moon goddess. Okay. Last one, Chrysocolla or Chrysocolla. So here I have 2 pieces. Different shades of green, blue. Here I have one that's more blue than green. Mix. So Chrysocolla is also very calming. It also makes me think of the sea, just the color. It's nurturing, it's good for intuition, and it's also very good for compassion. After I worked with Chrysocolla, I became very compassionate, like even too much, so I stopped working with it because I would kind of pick on other people's vibes very intensively. And at one point I just stopped working with it. So for me it was good in moderation. Just letting you know if you want to share your experience about it. So this is about it for the video on crystals for feminine energies. Thank you for watching.